Hi, Scarlett. We're starting just a minute. Hi, friends. Hi, guys. I'm going to make sure that we are live on Facebook as well. Okay. Awesome. What a topic we've got going on today, right? Oh, it actually is one of my favorite topics. Self-criticism. How fun, right? Cheers to that. Hey, Holly. Yay. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Just gonna wait a moment. And I do this often. I feel like I do this so often. Except my live earlier this morning, but I make a hot drink right away. Just so it's like ready to go, during my live, and then it's like too hot to drink. Wait, can you see the steam coming off of this tea? Hold on. Yeah, it's hot. Oh man. Okay. So, okay. Yay. Hi guys. Hi friends. It's happening. Hi Brassy. Hi Holly. I'm so glad because you know what? You're not alone. We're here together. Thanks. This is Ruby Woo. Thank you for the compliment on my lipstick. This is Ruby Woo MAC. And yeah, so, all right. So here's the situation. Welcome to a new day. It is Wednesday, November 18th, 2020. Holy crap, it's November 18th. And so today is actually, I want to welcome you to day 3 of 4 days of something that I'm calling A Taste of Nourish Till You Flourish. And so I'm offering for 4 days free live hot topic wellness workshops where you're going to get a sampling of what it's like to work with me should you decide to join my signature 6-week holistic wellness small group coaching course, which is called Nourish Till You Flourish. Okay. What is Nourish Till You Flourish, you might ask? I'm glad you asked. So Nourish Till You Flourish is my signature 6-week holistic wellness small group coaching program. And it's specifically designed for you to really confidently overcome self-judgment around daily choices, create a healthy mindset, implement mindfulness relating to improving your digestion and your nutrition, mindful eating, and ultimately to transform your lifestyle into one that inspires you to live your best life. So today's hot topic workshop is overcoming self-criticism. And it's, really overcoming self-criticism through self-compassion. So, hi, Janet. Oh, yay. Holly, I'm so glad. Stick with me, sister. We're in it. We're in it together. So, okay. So, let me just hoping I'm doing double duty. I'm both on Facebook and on Instagram. So, that's why my eyes might be, kind of darting around, just trying to connect with everyone who's here live and also on the replay. But okay, this is one of the big questions of the day. Who here is self-critical? Give me a yo, me, give me a thumbs up, give me a yep. Who here is self-critical? Yep. Oof is right. Okay, here's the next question. What does it feel like to be self-critical? Janet, yeah. What does it feel like to be self-critical? Is it helpful? Motivating? Maybe hurtful? Disempowering? And here's another question. Like, what exactly is self-criticism? What exactly is self-criticism? Okay, so just to lay it on the table, here we are. Self-criticism is a tendency to evaluate yourself harshly. Self-criticism is typically experienced as a negative internal thought or negative internal thoughts about yourself, about oneself, and more specifically about your behavior or attributes. So let's just do a little check-in here. Hey, Dolmity, so nice to have you here. So let's just do a little check-in to make sure that you're criticizing yourself the right way. Okay, so how to criticize yourself the right way. Number 1, say it's hilarious because it's so fucking true, but it's like, let's just bring it home together, you guys. Okay, how to criticize yourself the right way. Number 1, say unkind and hurtful things to yourself in your thoughts, in your brain, in your mind. Hi, Anna. Okay. Number 2 of how to criticize yourself the right way. Question and second guess yourself. Do not trust yourself. Do not trust your intuition or your decisions. Number 3 on how to criticize yourself the right way. Okay, guys. Here we go. Constantly compare yourself to others. Constantly compare yourself to others. So those are 3 ways to criticize yourself the right way. Are you doing it? Are you doing it well? All right. So self-criticism, it feels good, right? Beating yourself up for perceived failures or mistakes is quite the motivator. Routinely putting yourself down makes you feel worthy and loved, right? Wrong. Wrong. You guys, I'm here to say wrong, wrong, wrong. I'm totally here to help you get over self-criticism. Okay. So now here is the truth of the matter. Hi, Delilah. Here's the truth of the matter. And thank you for letting me laugh during all of that because it is hysterical because it's so true and sad at the same time. But anyway, so yes, of course, we all criticize ourselves from time to time. But when criticism becomes chronic, and you know who you are, that's when to take note. Okay, so and here's the other thing that I really want you to hear me on is even like seeming hi friends, thanks for joining. Even seemingly innocent statements or thoughts to yourself, like I'm such an idiot. Like when you stub your toe or when you forget to, buy your coconut milk at the grocery store or whatever, saying, oh my God, I'm such an idiot is totally problematic. That is totally problematic. It is not innocent at all. It's seemingly innocent, but it's literally these thoughts are hurtful and they're harmful and they just perpetuate that negative self-talk and that self-criticism. So sadly, that perpetual negative self-talk and self-criticism can have profound emotional consequences. such as anxiety and guilt and sadness and depression and all that. Now, are you ready for the good news? Hi guys, thanks for joining. Are you ready for the good news? I know that I am, because while it's like we can come here together and like acknowledge and recognize self-criticism because we all do it, and it's like, oh my God, and we can laugh at it, which is good because we gotta laugh, but also ultimately it's totally unhealthy and fucked up. But we all do it, we're human. So, while self-criticism, good news, while self-criticism may be ingrained in how you treat yourself or how do you talk to yourself, this does not mean that it has to stay this way. It totally does not mean it has to stay this way. And, yesterday's wellness workshop was on setting and keeping goals during uncertainty. And one thing that I talked about that just popped into my brain right now is I was talking about yesterday, like giving yourself permission to change your mind, giving yourself permission to, you might have had these goals, or these dreams or these ambitions, for this year or whatever. And then shit at the fan and you're like, I can barely even, keep my plants alive. So I'm here to give you permission to change your mind and also give yourself that allowance to not beat yourself up for beating yourself up. You know what I mean? Please don't judge yourself for being critical on yourself, because that just even more perpetuates it. It's like this kind of like loop, you know what I mean? And so we just need to just take a deep breath and just relax and just know that we can change, we can grow, we can evolve, we can recognize, we can do self-reflection. And I'm super excited that you're here live or on the replay, because self-criticism is so fucking huge and so permeates and impacts and affects our lives. And I have a solution. I have a tangible solution that I practice in my life. I practice with my clients. I practice in my group coaching course, Nourish to Your Flourish. And I'm gonna give you insight and tips right now. It's called self-compassion. Self-compassion. So now I'm a huge advocate of self-compassion, and what's really interesting to note is that like research has proven, and this will make sense when you hear it, but that when it comes to motivation and like self-growth and mental health, that self-compassion absolutely beats self-criticism any day in every single way. When we're talking about motivation, self-growth, mental health, self-compassion beats self-criticism in every way. So says science. So it is really important to note that while we can be critical of ourselves and and in our behavior, in that, okay, let me just take a step. Let me just like rethink my thoughts. Hold on a second. So it's really important for us to recognize that while we can be critical of ourselves and that our behavior in this way, it really can be healthy and an opportunity for self-growth. In terms of a lot of people think about self-criticism in that way, like, oh, it can help me motivate. And in some ways it actually can, when you are kind of being a critical thinker and reevaluating and rethinking of like where you're at. But that's not the self-criticism that I'm talking about. Like right now, today, we're focusing on the detrimental self-criticism that cuts you down and that sells you short. So here's another big question is, how do you begin to let go of self-criticism and then learn to practice this thing called self-compassion, which I will tell you what it's all about. But that's the question. So how do you begin to let go of self-criticism and practice self-compassion? I first want to acknowledge this term self-compassion, and just acknowledge that it is different, that it's not as popular, although it is a mission in life for me to bring the self-compassion and the practice of it to mainstream America and Europe and beyond, and my pals in Australia as well. But so, we've all heard of self-love and self-care, and yay for that. But self-compassion is different, and I want to talk about what self-compassion is. So if this is a thing to write down, if you got your pen, if you have your, whatever you write down on. First and foremost, self-compassion asks, what do I need in this moment? What do I need in this moment? Self-compassion is like treating yourself. No, self-compassion is treating yourself like you treat a friend. When you feel like crap, when you've made a mistake, when you're in pain, when you're having a hard time. Self-compassion is being gentle and kind with yourself in your mind and in your deeds. So it's turning that love and acceptance and understanding inward. Self-compassion is when you extend compassion to yourself in instances of perceived inadequacy, failure, or suffering. Notice I use the word perceived. Self-compassion is listening to your detrimental, self-critical thoughts without judging yourself, without judgment. A few other things before we dive even more deeper, but like self-compassion is also not shoulding on yourself. This word should, like, oh, I should be doing this. Oh my God, I had this goal and I should have done that, blah, blah, blah. So no, it is like fiercely saying no, setting that boundary for yourself. No, self-compassion is not shitting on yourself when you have time to take that free online class or learn a new hobby, but then you just don't feel like it. Or, feeling guilty. Self-compassion is letting go of feeling guilty if you're doing really well and you're feeling happy and, while others are suffering. So there's so many components and it goes so deep. And my teacher of self-compassion that I learned from her name is Kristin Neff, and she is an author and a researcher and teacher, and I'll dive more into her 3 components of self-compassion in just momentarily. But self-compassion is also saying no. It's more than just being nice to yourself and listening to yourself and treating yourself like a friend in that compassionate way, because you know what? We do treat our friends like that. We're like, hells no, you can't go out with that guy. If we feel comfortable saying that. But anyway, self-compassion is also saying no. It's protecting yourself from a person or a situation that is harmful. It's the Me Too movement. Self-compassion is setting and keeping boundaries. It is motivating you into healthy action. So yes, there is that tender self-compassion where it is that more, nurturing and loving, but it's also that fierce self-compassion where you are protecting and you're motivating and you're activating. All with that through line question of, what do I need right now? What do I need in this moment? Hey, Sean. Okay, so why is it so hard to be self-compassionate? Why are we so hard on ourselves? I'm going to take a sip because that's a lot. And it's okay. It's totally okay. The reality is, most of us have learned to be compassionate and kind to others, but we rarely show the same compassion and kindness to ourselves. For some reason, it's more difficult to say loving, nurturing, supportive, and motivating things to ourselves than it is to someone we care about. I mean, the truth is, when you open up your heart to yourself, just as much as you open your heart to your dear friend or a loved one, you literally, remember, when you open your heart up to yourself just as much as you do to someone else, even a stranger, for God's sakes, you literally bring healing to yourself into the world. Now again, the question that self-compassion asks is, what do I need in this moment? So instead of beating yourself up when you make a mistake or when something goes wrong, some perceived failure or inadequacy, or you're comparing yourself to someone else, whatever that is, the going gets tough, ask yourself, what do I need in this moment? What do I need in this moment? So the good news is that it is possible to learn to give ourselves what we need. Yay! You guys, it's possible to learn to give yourself what you need. Isn't that beautiful? It's true. It's true. It's a lifelong process, but it's possible. So it's a practice. It totally is a practice. And it truly, and I know you can relate, because we are all human beings. It takes consistent conscious effort. It takes consistent conscious effort to let go of that self-criticism and that judgment, and to breathe and ask yourself, what do I need in this moment? And learn how to fucking take care of yourself. And all right, so the reason why I resonate with self-compassion so much is because I've literally spent my whole life judging myself and being critical towards myself. And, I didn't even catch myself in it. You know what I mean? And I want to help you catch yourself in it. So for far too long, I was a perfectionist, workaholic, overachiever, and it was exhausting and totally hurtful and ultimately counterproductive. And at the time, I was just so wrapped up in it, I was unaware. And so then the day came when I made the decision to put myself first, to put my healing first, and to put my health first. And that is the same day that I decided to eliminate self-criticism and self-judgment. And that's it. Like I said, it takes practice and it's continued conscious effort. But what I have learned is that practicing self-compassion is a catalyst to motivating you to make lifelong positive change. It totally strengthens feelings of self-worth. And the thing about, when you're feeling that self-judgment and criticism, there's such like, maybe whatever, emotion that is, but tension in your body. And that tension, when you can turn that around and ask yourself, what do I need in this moment? And take a breath. And then actually follow through, listen to yourself, and then follow through on what you need in this moment. That supports reducing that stress, reducing that tension, which are major causes of inflammation, of high blood pressure, of heart disease. This is huge, you guys. This is huge. So earlier I mentioned Kristin Neff, and so she is the author of this book called Self-Compassion, The Proven Power of Being Kind to Yourself. Basically, stop beating yourself up, blah, blah, blah. And I want to share with you that she offers there are 3 components to self-compassion. Okay, here we go. Number 1, self-kindness. Self-compassion requires self-kindness, that we're gentle and understanding with ourselves rather than being harshly critical and judgmental. Number 2, in Kristin Neff's 3 core components of self-compassion. Number 2, self-compassion requires recognition of common humanity, feeling connected with others in the experience of life rather than feeling isolated and alienated from our suffering. Holy crap. I can go down that road of feeling isolated and alienated in my own thoughts of pain or whatever. And I know that you can agree with that. And so self-compassion, not only is it about being gentle and understanding towards yourself, but it is recognizing the common humanity, which is like, wow, so critical because we're all here, we're all connected. And then number 3, she offers that self-compassion requires mindfulness. That we hold our experiences in balanced awareness. This is also good. Rather than ignoring our pain or exaggerating it. Okay, I'm a gal who certainly ignored the pain. So there are many of us who push it down, ignore it, and then there are many of us who just exaggerate it. And number 3 of self-compassion is that mindfulness to hold your experience in balance. And I think, when you do ask yourself, what do I need in this moment? When you do recognize that you are not alone and you are being mindful and recognizing, okay, am I going over the top with this? Am I like actually just shutting it down so hardcore that I'm not even being mindful of where I'm at emotionally, physically, spiritually? So those are the 3 components: self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness. What I think, and this is, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I'm obsessed with our thoughts. And, first step towards self-compassion is just first become an objective observer of your thoughts. So what that means is literally, we have millions of thoughts going through our mind, all the time. And I just wanted to help you to get to know yourself and what's going on in that beautiful mind of yours. And recognizing, just without judgment, just observe, just, witness and not judge, because again, we don't want to be self-critical and judgment of our judgmental thoughts. So, we all have positive thoughts. We all have hurtful, painful, negative, judgmental, all of it across the gamut, as they say. And just remember that a thought is just a sentence in your mind, and that it's a thought, As one of my teachers says, it's only a thought, and a thought can be changed. So the first thing is just to get to know what's going on in your brain and learn how to become a non-judgmental observer of your thoughts. Now, we're going to get down a little bit more to brass tacks. So how do you actually practice this? I feel like I've offered a few things, but I want to give like a few specific. I think that if there's the one takeaway from this, it is that, asking yourself, what do I need in this moment? What do I need in this moment? So I want to offer just a few other things. So how do you begin to let go of self-criticism and learn to practice self-compassion? In addition to asking yourself, what do I need in this moment? Here are 2 ways to let go of self-criticism and practice self-compassion. Number 1, this can be powerful is the word that's coming to mind. Write your criticisms to yourself. So most self-criticism begins with negative self-talk in your mind, and your mind is thinking really fast. Okay, so your mind's thinking really fast, and these like rapid thoughts can generate painful emotions and like anxiety or sadness or guilt or whatever. So our minds think really fast, and that self-criticism can happen, and that negative self-talk cycle can just go on and on real quick, rapid fire. And so how do you stop this barrage of self-criticism and negativity? Write that down on paper. Literally get it out, or even send yourself a text or an email. I think pen to paper is the way to go. But so why would this help you? Why would this help you let go of self-criticism and learn how to be more self-compassionate? Because it slows you down. So you cannot write as fast as you think. And when you write down those detrimental thoughts, it gives you perspective. Okay, it totally gives you perspective when you write down those detrimental thoughts versus just having it in your brain and saying, no, stop. Write it down, get it out of your brain. Also, while those thoughts are most likely irrational, though that negative self-talk, that self-criticism is most likely irrational, I'm here to burst your bubble. It's most likely irrational. They seem to be true in our minds. So when we're thinking these things, we think it's true in our minds. But good news is, when you get those words out of your brain, out of your mind, and onto your piece of paper, or onto your notes in your phone, or into an email to yourself, or whatever, delete it, doesn't matter. Their extreme and damaging nature become more clear. And number 2, my second offer to how to let go of self-criticism and practice self-compassion is to literally just try self-compassion. So when you are feeling defeated, when you're feeling like you failed, or you're feeling insignificant or unworthy, or whatever the feeling may be that is causing you pain or some sort of suffering or whatever, when you are experiencing that, please ask yourself, what do I need right now in this moment? What do I need right now in this moment? Give yourself permission to sit with yourself and ask yourself that question. And then just allow yourself to listen. And just allow yourself to be quiet and listen. And remember, practicing self-compassion is like talking to yourself like you would to a good friend. This actually it depends on the person. It depends on like what, you know, you resonate with. I mean, it could be writing it out, or it could be an out loud conversation with yourself. But like literally, what would you say to a friend who's in the same situation as you when you are feeling that feeling of overwhelm or pain or suffering or hurt or comparing yourself or fear or destructive thoughts or whatever it is? Like, what would you say to a friend in that same situation? Write that down or have an out loud conversation with yourself. And lastly, I would be remiss if I did not say one of the top things that you can do to help let go of self-criticism and embrace self-compassion is to join my small group coaching course. It's called Nourish to Flourish. And you know, it's really with the idea of my group coaching course. We start on December 7th, Monday, December 7th. It's a 6-week holistic small group coaching course. And, you know, with the course, the intention is that you will break free from frustration of not following through with your healthy intentions, break free from struggling with guilt and shame around your nutritional choices or your lifestyle choices, or confusion or overwhelm about how to actually nourish yourself to feel better. And then just break free from that self-criticism and judgment and feeling discouraged due to lack of support or accountability and motivation. And in my program, why I love it so much and believe in it so much is because we create community, and that sense of community and support and accountability is so critical, I think. And in my program just really supplies you with the tools and guidance and inspiration for you to let go of that self-criticism and develop self-acceptance. So Nourish to Flourish, again, is my signature 6-week small group coaching course. Based on a holistic wellness foundation of mindset, nutrition, and lifestyle. And so the first 2 weeks, we delve into mindset, thoughts, and beliefs, followed by 2 weeks of nutrition, digestion, and mindful eating. And then we conclude with 2 weeks focused on setting healthy boundaries, sleep hygiene, and other lifestyle habits. So I do want to actually share with you, this is so beautiful, one of the past participants' testimonials of the course. She said, I now feel more confident in my abilities and self-worth. I've taken up regular meditation practice, strive for mindful eating and supportive nutrition on the daily, no longer suffer from energy crashes and brain fog, and now feel like I have even more tools in my kit to set myself up for success. So that is Nourish to You Flourish, my 6-week small group coaching course, holistic foundational approach to health and healing and wellness, which starts on December 7th. And we're actually in the early bird enrollment rate right now, which ends tomorrow. If you're on Instagram, when we're done, go to the link in my bio and click on that link, and that'll bring you to the webpage. And on Facebook, I'll put a link in the comments to my website. It's thewellnessheadquarters.com. I'm a burlesque dancer, but I'm also a functional nutritional therapist and wellness coach. My name is Alyssa. Minchonga is a burlesque dancer, also Alyssa. And self-criticism and self-judgment is such a huge piece of our health and well-being that I think that we sometimes forget. And when we are trying to make positive, healthy change in our lives, what I help support my students and clients do is become more self-accepting through self-compassion and let go of that judgment and self-criticism, because I do believe that in order to make lifelong healthy, positive change, it does start in your mindset, and I'm here to help you with that. So I would love to connect with you. If you want to hear more, please feel free to send me a message. Happy to set up a Zoom call or email back and forth. But if you do have questions, just more about this topic in general, or what it's like to work with me as a nutrition and wellness coach, or more about my program, Nourish Till You Flourish, again, link in bio on Instagram and in the comments on Facebook. And please feel free to reach out to me personally. I will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow's topic is a good one. Do you have leaky gut? Gut Health 101. So that's on Minnetonka Instagram and Facebook. I will be going live for the 4th of 4 days of A Taste of Nourish Till You Flourish. Hot topic wellness workshops to give you a sampling of what it's like to work with me, should you choose to join my signature 6-week holistic wellness small group coaching course, Nourish Till You Flourish, which again starts Monday, December 7th. Early bird enrollment rate is open through tomorrow, Thursday, November 19th. Until tomorrow, have a beautiful, safe day. Thank you so much. See you soon.